All right, folks, what's happening? What's happening? Hope everybody's doing well. Come on in here, folks. Come on in. Just want to talk about this thing. Let's end this pandemic, whatever you want to call it, pandemic. Let's end this for all, folks. Let's just do it. Let's end this shit, man. Shit is crazy. It's ridiculous, man. I don't understand. This is supposed to be a crisis. And hey, Tamika Barber, I'm glad you're on, Tamika. I want you to hang tight. I want you to hang tight. Don't go nowhere. I'm glad you are in. Wow, I'm glad you're in. What's up, folks? I got some information, man. But not information, just a suggestion. This is. I'm going to give a proposal, but before I do that, the proposal is basically what I'm proposing for us to what we do to end this pandemic. To me, it's still a pandemic, but still, I have a proposal. So, what's up, everybody? Hope everybody's been doing good. Want to thank Tamika Barber for coming in. Everybody else who's came in, I don't know who you are yet, but I want to thank you guys for coming in. Let me revert back a little bit on this pandemic, whatever it is. Listen, this country is not only divided from the top. This country is not divided from the top. It's divided at the bottom. You got a new political party now on the rise that's called the mask versus the no mask. And I really don't understand how come, like these days, whatever the fuck we've learned in uh, whatever the fuck we've learned through um, was that elementary school science. Why the hell is that just like gone out the window? Science is science, folks. The immune system is the immune system. I don't care who you are. I don't care whose side you're on, because they're on sides, right? You had someone come to me yesterday and said that what I posted about how they inflating these numbers, oh, but this is a Republican-based media outlet. Okay, so I went out and grabbed a Democratic-based media outlet that said the exact same thing. Folks, let me say something to you. Stay the fuck away from politics. You want to know the truth? You want to know this? Go with the science. Okay, go with the science. And when I say go with the science, now that's another thing. That's another thing. When I say go with the science, I'm not talking about going with the science with the CDCs, people who are pharmaceutical-based science. No. When I say science, I'm talking about science. I ain't talking about medical doctors. I'm not talking about anybody who are doing work with masks. I'm talking about science, period. Scientist. I don't care who you, if you got to connect, if you say that you have a connect or some friends who are scientists and they're all under the umbrella of pharma or big pharma, then they're going to give you a biased information. It's biased. You got to meet, you got to go to somebody who's neutral. If in all of this, and I know neutral scientists, real bone out, world renowned. I'm talking about world renowned scientists, folks, that are involved in major projects. Some of them are involved with the project we're doing over in Egypt, building a smart city. I'm talking about major accomplished scientists who is not going to give you biased information. See, a pharmaceutical science is going to tell you certain things. Oh yeah, wear the mask. Oh yeah, social distance. Oh yeah, lock yourself in the house. What the fuck kind of science would give you some shit like this? I don't care who you support. Delete me. I don't give a shit, man. Listen, folks. Let me just be clear on something. Let me be clear on something. Stop being a damn slave, man. Think for yourself. Think for yourself. Stop getting caught up and all the riffraff. Oh, and let me tell you something. I said I should have put this on social media, but I said this to someone on the phone. I said Georgia governor did an override on mandatory masks and said that nobody's to tell people they got to wear masks anymore. And I said, you know what that's going to do? I said that's going to have the Democratic driven media outlets is going to come out and say, oh, Georgia spikes, coronavirus spikes is going even higher now because they're not wearing masks. Okay. I said that's going to happen. It hasn't happened yet, but it's going to. Watch by tomorrow. Watch the spike numbers in Georgia. And we've already shown you guys how they are inflating the numbers. I done showed you that yesterday. I showed you 2 articles. One is from a Republican-driven media outlet, and one is from a Democratic media outlet. One is from like Fox, and the other one is from ABC. They both said the same thing. They've investigated and found that they are inflating the numbers in Florida. They're doing this. They're doing the same thing in Georgia. Why? They're red states. See, you got to understand, folks. Red and blue. This red and blue shit going on. See, of course, because the Republicans have gotten some raw facts, some raw science from a gentleman by the name of Dr. Shiva Ayyadurai. Dr. Shiva is the truth. He's an MIT. He has a PhD at MIT in biological engineering. The man knows his shit. He has invited Dr. Fauci. He's invited this guy to a science fair on the 29th at MIT, right in the heart of the deep state. He invited him. He said, this is kind of your backyard. I'm inviting you to your backyard, and let's talk about science. Let's talk about why. Let's see your theory on social distancing, lockdowns, and masks, and let's show me your science, and I'm going to eat it up with real science. This is exactly what Dr. Shiva said to him. He said, I hope you're listening. He said, President Trump, please have Dr. Fauci to come to this event and let us discuss this on an open forum. He invited this man. It ain't about money. Dr. Shiva got plenty of money. This man got businesses. He's earning millions of dollars. He invited this guy. Okay? Come here. Let's talk about this. He invited him. And he actually told Dr. Fauci, he said, bring the head of the CDC. He said, bring all the people you want to come help you. And I'm going to be by myself. And we're going to discuss these preventive measures that you're telling the whole population to do to prevent from COVID-19. He invited them. Okay, let's put aside which publication is favorable for which party. Let's put that aside. Okay, thank you, Nuri. Thank you. Let's put all of this aside. Let's get to the science. Let's go with Dr. Fauci and Dr. Shiva Ayyadurai. Let them have this conversation in an open forum. And he said, I'll pay for your plane ticket. I'll pay for your first class flight. I'll pay for your hotel. I'll pay for your whole room and board. And he said, bring who you need to bring. You want to bring the head of the CDC? Bring them. You want to bring the head of the WHO? Bring them. He invited them. He said, bring anybody you need to bring to be on your team. And we'll discuss this. And he said, I will show you what real science is. He said, Dr. Fauci is no more than an MD doctor. His practice is reactatory. He said, he is not a scientist. He's an MD doctor. He said, I want to bring you science. He said, come to the science fair at MIT. I think it's between MIT and Harvard, I believe. He invited him. He said, this is your backyard. I'm inviting you to come to your backyard. And let's have this open discussion in front of the entire world. Not just the entire country, but the entire world. Let's have this discussion. And I'm going to tell you what will happen. Dr. Shiva will tear Dr. Fauci a new hole. And I know this because I've studied Dr. Fauci's work. It does not even stand up to what Dr. Shiva does. What Dr. Shiva knows. This man's genius. Does not. Now, Many of you might not agree with me. You know why? Because you don't know anything about Dr. Shiva. Anything you might know about Dr. Shiva is going to be through Wikipedia, who is trying to destroy this man. But do a deep dive on this man. Listen to some of his lectures. Listen to Dr. Shiva's lectures. And this man will open up science to you that you've never believed, you never knew exist. And he invited him. He invited him. He invited the CDC. Hey, Yolanda, how you doing? He invited all of them. Now, let me tell you something. A lot of the stuff he's said, I'm familiar with. You know why I'm familiar with it? Because I never forgot my elementary school science. I've never forgotten it. As a matter of fact, it was my elementary school science, and I'm glad Tamika Barber is right here listening. She can comment it when and she would attest to this. Tamika Barber, a couple of months ago, had texted me and said that she had been tested positive for coronavirus or COVID-19. She was worried. she was worried. She was spitting up blood. She was bedridden. And I coached her into beating the coronavirus within a week. Within a week, not weeks with an S, but within a week. I coached her. I told her everything she needed to do. I said, if you cannot get up and move around fully where you can go outside, I said, make sure you got vitamin D. Your windows are open so that the vitamin D is shining in on your bed. And I said, take yourself out the covers. Let the vitamin D hit your skin. I told her that. I told her some other things that she needed to use, like turmeric, cinnamon stick, garlic and onions, ginger. I told her she needed to boil this stuff so that it can come up in a tea form. Pour it in your cup after you boil it. Put some honey in it afterward so that to sweeten it up the taste a little bit, and drink it like 2 or 3 times a day. I told Tamika Barber, she's right here. She's right there, folks. She's right here. She's listening in. I told her not to go nowhere when I started the video. She can comment and tell you this is exactly the same things I told her to do. Matter of fact, thank you, Tamika. Thank you, Tamika. I'm glad you commented. So you can challenge me all day, but if you want to challenge me, bring your science. Don't bring politics to me. I don't care nothing about what you think Trump is doing. I don't care nothing about what Joe Biden and all them is planning. I don't care about that. I care about science. Bring me the science. I told her that. She beat it within a week. Within a week, she beat it, folks. She just said it right there. She just putting her hearts up. She just said, I'm thankful. She just said this. And I'm not doing this to be bragging. I'm doing this to prove to you guys that everything I've been saying for these past 5 months that we've been in this so-called crisis, folks. This so-called crisis. Everything that I've said have been coming into fruition. I told you about them spiking the numbers. That article came out yesterday. I told you about other stuff that's been going on, has been coming. I told you about how covering your mouth and not getting your oxygen is suppressing the immune system. That article came out last week. Everything I've been telling you guys, shortly afterwards, articles are starting to come out bit by bit, saying the exact same thing that I've been telling you guys the entire time. But you know why you don't challenge? You know why you challenge me so much? It's because I look like you. You challenge me because I look like you. And that's the problem amongst our community in terms of black people. And when I'm saying I look like you, because white folks, they getting it. They understand. But as soon as I break the science to them, they already know it, or they already will get it once I explain it to them. And I revert to them. I tell them, I say, hey, go look at this. I say, go check this book out and look at Biology 101. Take a look at that book in the library. They get it. I don't need to call no scientist from who works in the pharmaceuticals, because I know the answer that they're going to give me. I know exactly what they're going to say. As a matter of fact, I've had some conversations. Folks, with some doctors who tried to pull that crap on me. Let me see. Thank you, Tamika. And folks, I'm gonna tell you something. I do spiritual healing. I've been doing it ever since 2008. Not only did I help Tamika, I helped another individual that I don't even know. I just happened to be on somebody's thread, And they came to me, they thought they was going to challenge me and say, hey, okay, so if you think you know this, then what do I need to do? I said, well, I'm not going to tell you in an open forum because I don't know who I could be telling this to. I said, you inbox me, I'll give you some answers. And that person inboxed me, and I gave them information to help them. And it helped them. They was like, wow. They was like, wow. So listen, folks, another situation. I have a friend of mine, she's on here, she's not watching right now, but she's on social media. She had a crick in her neck, some type of crick that a doctor gave her that she had for 13 years. She could look to the left, but she couldn't look to the right. If she tried to look to the right, she had to do this. She had to turn her entire body. And I spoke with her just a couple of weeks ago, right? She had a crick in her neck for 13 years. Her doctor just kept giving her medication. One day, this is in 2015, folks, I was teaching meditation classes at Madeira Beach, just around the corner from my house. I was teaching meditation classes, and she happened to come to one of my meditation classes. When she came to my meditation classes, right, you know what she did? I had him to do some exercises while we were meditating. At the end of our meditation, I had him to look left, come to the center, exhale, inhale and exhale, go to the right, and she couldn't do it. But I didn't know that she couldn't do it because she was sitting behind me as I was guiding the meditation classes. And once we were done, she indicated to me that she could not follow the instructions of turning to her right, like we were doing. And I said, are you okay? What happened? She said she had been having some sort of thing or crick or something in her neck for 13 years. And her doctor's just been treating the pain, but not treating the cause of the pain. And I said, give me a little bit more information about it. And she did. She gave me more information about it, and how it came about, and things of that nature. Okay, Tamika, talk to you later. And I said, well, what happened? And she said, I just can't look to the right. I have pain, but the doctor treats the pain. I said, okay. So I asked her, I said, do I have permission to touch you? She said, yes. And what I've done, it's a thing in spiritual healing. And some people do it in Reiki healing. You can do it in Reiki healing. I'm not I don't do Reiki healing, but it's just overall in spiritual healing. It's a thing we do called balancing. Okay, you balance. You have chakras. You have your 7 chakra centers. Okay, you have your root chakra. Okay, solar plexus chakra, your heart chakra, your throat chakra, your third eye chakra, and your crown chakra. Okay, you have your 7 chakra centers. When you have an imbalance of the body, things can go wrong. Okay, you can have a shoulder higher than the other. You can have issue like what she had in her neck. They're not going to teach you this in a pharmaceutical-based medical school. They're not, because this is not holistic. This is holistic, and I'm going to show you what happened. One of her issues was one of her shoulders was higher than the other. She was imbalanced. So what I did a spiritual connection with her. I did some spiritual healing on her, and I did what is called a balancing. In spiritual healing, it's called balancing. I did some energy work on her, and I was able to level out her shoulders. Her shoulders was like lopsided, folks. Let me show you. Let me dip it down a little bit. Her shoulders was like this, and she didn't know it. And I let the other people know who was around me. I said, I want you guys to see where she's off balance. She's completely off balance. I said, now my job is, in order for me to, and I walked and I showed the people as I did this, I said, in order for me to get rid of the issue she's having, I must first work on a balanced body. So I did balancing on her, spiritual healing. I balanced her. And once I balanced her, I got her shoulders level. Her legs were straight. Her arms were all straight. And everybody was like amazed, like, wow, you got her leveled on balance. You got her balanced. How did you do this? And I told them, it's a long story. It's some practice you got to do in spiritual healing. So I said to her, Hold on a second, folks. Those who've asked me questions in my inbox, I can't get to my inbox at this time. I can't get to my inbox at this time. So what I said to her, but to the people around me, I said I have to work on her. I had to get her balanced first in order for me to get this thing out of her neck. So I continued with my spiritual healing techniques and tactics, and I was able to get the crick out of her neck in 7 minutes. 7 minutes. I timed myself. I said 7 minutes. I didn't predict 7 minutes, but I just know how much long I would be. I timed myself, and I got the crick out of her neck in 7 minutes that her doctor could not get out of her neck in 13 years. Thank you, Yolanda. So with that being said, folks, when I'm sharing some information with you, and I don't do this, I typically don't do this. I typically, my platform is typically personal development, business development. Every now and then I might go into some metaphysics. Once in a while I go into some metaphysics, but I don't do it because most people cannot handle metaphysics. They don't even know what metaphysics is. They don't even know what the word meta is. Meta means beyond. So in metaphysics, I mean beyond physics, in metaphysics is understanding how matter can move objects. Matter you what you can't see. Understanding how to operate through energy, how to understand telepathy, understanding the seven natural laws of the universe, things like that. You talk about the law of attraction and things like that. So I was able to get that crick out of her neck in 7 minutes. She had it in her neck for 13 years. Her doctor just kept giving her money. Giving her medication. And right to this day, and I checked up on her a couple of weeks ago and spoke with her and asked her how her neck. She said, "Jay, you ain't even got to check on me with that no more. That is gone. I can turn my head both ways. I'm swimming. I'm going to the beach. I'm playing a little bit of volleyball. And this woman is in her 60s. So with that being said, folks, I'm not doing this to toot my own horn. I'm not here to impress you, but I'm here to press upon you that you need to do your own diligence when they talk about health, when they're talking about taking care of yourself, and when they talk about they don't even talk about the immune system. The real scientists are going to talk about the immune system. That's how you know that you're talking to a real scientist, because first thing they're going to talk about is the immune system. Why are they going to first talk about the immune system? Because that is what God gave us. God gave us an immune system, folks. An immune system, that our immune system is in, you have two, your immune system is broken in two parts. You have your innate immune system, and then you have your adaptive immune system. The difference is when you first come across, when your body first come across a foreign antigen, the innate immune system automatically starts to attack that antigen. If that immune system is not strong enough to do it, that's when the adaptive immune system comes in, meaning it's adapting to what's coming into your body. But you don't want the adaptive, you want the innate, because you want to get rid of it. You want your body to fight it so that your white blood cells can, what is also called memory cells, can also keep a record of the antigen that it killed. So that if that antigen were ever to come back, it'll automatically kill it before your body can get sick of it. Thank you, Yolanda. Talk to you soon. So understand these things, folks. Dr. Shiva will talk to you. He's way better than I am in talking about the innate immune system and the adaptive immune system. But I can give you the function of it. He will give you the breakdown of it. That's what he does. He's a scientist for over 20, 30 years. That's what he's been doing. He's a PhD at MIT. Okay? So with that being said, stay with me, folks. Listen to me. With that being said, you got to use your common sense. Follow the science. Don't follow the media-driven media. And the reason why you might see me posting something that the media is saying is because I'm trying to let you know that I've already said these things way before the media got a hold of it. I've already said these things, and now bit by bit, these media outlets are starting to tell you guys exactly what you didn't believe me saying. But now you're going to believe the media because it's mainstream media. See, folks, you got to understand. Don't just wait on the media to give you information. If that's your source of education, folks, you're going to be lost. You're going to die. You're going to allow these people to kill you. I mean, how pharmaceuticals have been working all these decades. Want to give you medicine, and don't want to cure anything. It's the same thing for the coronavirus. What do you think a vaccine is? A vaccine is no more than any other drug that people take, just like drugs on the street, illegal drugs. When your high wears off, you're going back for some more drugs. That's what the pharmaceutical does. It's called residual income, meaning you do something once and you get paid on it over and over and over again. So use common sense and use science. Don't go claiming you're talking to some science that's a pharmaceutical science or a science that's in with the CDC. That ain't science. They're gonna be biased as hell. They're gonna tell you everything that you want to hear because you are following the science from the pharmaceuticals. They ain't doing nothing but feeding your ego. See, if you want to grow, you got to be willing to get information that's gonna make you uncomfortable. You got to be willing to get information that's gonna shackle your beliefs. That's how you grow, folks. You grow against the grain. Do you know how hard it is for grass to grow? It don't grow easy. Grass grows against the grain. If it's going up, that means grass is growing against what? It's growing against what? Gravity. If that grass don't want to grow against the gravity, that grass won't grow. So you have to be willing to grow against the gravity of negativity, of bad information, folks. You got to be able to grow against bad information and people who's looking to try to uneducate you. You understand what I'm saying, folks? So here's my thing. Here's what I want to propose. I want to propose this, folks, and I'm not afraid to propose it. And another thing, if all these people are dying of COVID, then how come they're not picking up dead homeless bodies off the street? Homeless, let me tell you something. Homeless people, they're not doing what they're telling y'all to do. They don't have masks. They definitely not social distancing. And they definitely not locked down anywhere. They can't wash their ass every day. So they are way more exposed than you and I. Aren't they? You go out there right now, they out there chilling and doing their thing. You don't see them out here. You don't see no dead homeless bodies out here. You don't see hazmat trucks out here spraying out the area, spraying all of McDonald's and because that's exactly where y'all still going. You still suppressing your immune system, going out here eating all this bullshit. Popeye's chicken sandwiches. Here's my proposal. Here's my proposal. I propose, in order for us to get rid of mask versus no mask, social distance versus the no social distance, lockdown versus the no lockdown, all this division. Folks, you literally got people deleting each other on social media over this bullshit. Let me tell you something, and I'm gonna tell you right now, all of it is bullshit, folks. But I'm willing to do something. I'm willing to propose something to put it all to the test. Here we go. Now they didn't do this. Some of you might say they did that, but no, they didn't. They did not truly do this. They did not truly do, in what I'm proposing, a true lockdown. Let's air it all out. A true lockdown, which means no stores are open. You can't go to the store to buy. Set a date on it. Give everybody time to go grocery shopping, get all the food that they're going to get. And we want to lock down for 14 days. We want to lock down for 14 days. Okay? Everybody, don't go out nowhere. Open your windows, let the sun come in so you can get your vitamin D. This is what I'm proposing. A true lockdown. Lockdown of every single thing. Everything. Lock it down. Don't open up shit. Nothing. True lockdown. And during this lockdown, I want hazmat trucks. I want them to go out there and spray every goddamn thing out there. Every business doors, all inside, all the tables, all the restaurants, all the stores, all the aisles. Spray all this crap. Spray it down. Sanitize the entire population on the outside. And after 14 days, say, okay, everybody, let's go out. Let's go out. Because here's the thing. We're like 5 months in with this thing now. Everybody's exposed at this point. We're still walking around here with masks and shit. You already beat the virus. It's called herd immunity. Nobody at this point is not exposed to this virus. Nobody. It's only two ways you can get rid of it. One, boost your immune system, or two, get your ass off the planet. Because it's not going anywhere. Guess what else is not going anywhere? The flu's not going anywhere. Tuberculosis is not going anywhere. All of these things are not going anywhere. You're fighting viruses right now that's probably way worse than the coronavirus. Right now. Your immune system don't stop and start working when it finds foreign antigen. Your immune system working 24 hours every single day. Even while you're asleep, your immune system is working. It's constantly working. You have over 100 trillion cells in your body, and each cell has a particular function, folks. Each cell has a particular function. You have more cells in your body than there are stars in the Milky Way galaxy. I'm just here to bring it to you straight. So don't go out here asking people who supposed to be scientists who belong in the pharmaceuticals. That's not a fair answer. You're going to somebody who's going to be biased for the pharmaceuticals. Oh yeah, put a mask on. No. Go to a scientist that is not connected to any of this stuff and let them just give you raw science. Let them just give you raw science. And people talking about droplets. Really, droplets? Because a mask might take away some of the droplets. It might take away some of the droplets, but guess what it don't take away? It does not take away aerosol. It does not take away the aerosol. It's called aerosol particles. Particles are very much smaller than the droplets, folks. If you break your body down, you get atoms. If you break down the atoms, you get particles. And particles can disappear in midair if it's spinning around at the speed of supernova. Did you know how a bubble floats? You know why that bubble floats? That bubble floats because it's a collection of aerosol particles. Come on, folks, you gotta understand what I'm trying to tell you. And the reason why you can see the bubble, because of enough of aerosol particles put together, you will be able to see it. And it floats because it's much lighter. It's much lighter than droplets. Know what I'm talking about? So don't try to come up with these little videos of them trying to demonstrate how the mask works, because it's bullshit. They don't talk about aerosol particles. You know what else they don't talk about? They don't talk about the dangers of inhaling your own toxins. Possibly could be causing mold spores in your lungs. They don't talk about that either. If you're going to see, science won't just misinformation. Science is going to tell you the whole damn thing. And that's not what they're doing. Give you 100% of the information, not 12%. Use your common sense, folks. Go to the real scientists, not a scientist that's sitting around with the CDC folks. They're going to give you a biased answer. They're going to give you an answer that's favorable for the deep state. They're going to give you an answer that's favorable for Big Pharma. Big Pharma needs you to participate so that they can make money off of you. Bill Gates got to get his money back. He's putting his money up for this crap. Y'all got to wake up, man. So that's all. That's what I propose. That exactly is what I propose, folks. That's exactly what I propose. It is what it is. If you guys want to lock down, okay, let's lock down for 2 weeks. And I want you to get your hazmat trucks. And see, that's what lets you know this shit ain't all that serious. Because when they first did the lockdown, how come there wasn't no hazmat trucks out there spraying the atmosphere, spraying down malls and restaurants, stores, hospitals? How come they weren't sanitizing the shit that we frequent every day? Come on, man. How come there aren't any homeless bodies laying out in the street dead of COVID-19? Huh? How come they not don't have no meat wagon going around picking up? And let me tell you something. Every time I go, I have clients. I have clients, special need clients. I go to hospitals and stuff like that. Every time I go to the hospitals, I hate crickets. See? Stop playing with us, man. Stop playing with us. Stop playing with us. You guys are living in fear. You need to keep your fear is suppressing your immune system. Stop living in the damn fear. Learn to start thinking for yourself. You ever wonder why there's only 10% of the people who ain't buying into the shit y'all believe y'all buying into? Those same 10% are the same 10% that have the same mindset, that knows how to be your boss, that knows how to own a company, that knows how to own the real estate that you got to live in. See, that 10%, folks. Why am I saying this? Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. It's a mindset. It's a mindset, folks. How do you change your mindset? You got to get rid of the junk, just like your house or an apartment. You can't bring new furniture in there and leave the same old furniture sitting in there. You got to take the old furniture out first. You have to unlearn everything that got you to where you are and bring in something new that's going to take you to another level. And how does that happen? You have to first, it's called a paradigm shift. A paradigm shift. What is a paradigm? A paradigm is a multitude of thinking habits that people do unconsciously. A multitude of thinking habits. If you want change, you got to change, folks. You got to change your mindset, your way of thinking. This is the 21st century. The 21st century. It should not be no fucking way that you people are still relying on mainstream media to give them their information. It should not be. It's the 21st century. Everything is out there for you to get. If you can't go to a library, Google it. Google where you can get the information. It's there. People are still living in the 60s and 70s when you can only look at something in a book or to go to a church or somewhere to get information. This information is right there. Pick it up. Do a deep dive. And if you really want to grow, don't go researching on shit that you know or shit that you think you know. Don't go research and see everybody that's talking to me about the pharmaceutical. I already know about the pharmaceutical. I know how they think. I know how they operate, and I know exactly what they're going to say to you before they tell you what they're going to say. I already know what they're going to say. But I also understand the real side of science, which is the immune system, what God created. Not chemicals stirred up in a lab and going to inject your arm with it, using monkey blood and on some kind of crazy shit. You can't boost my immunity with chemicals. If you want chemicals, then you might as well continue to eat that damn Popeye's chicken sandwich, because that has 55 chemicals in it. You're eating a chemical sandwich with just a little bit of chicken in it. Y'all mad at me, ain't you? By the time this video is over, I'll be down from 5,000 friends. I'll probably be down to like 4,997. But I'm going to bring it to you, folks. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it. And one thing for sure, two things for certain. Those of you who know me know I don't bullshit. I ain't got time for bullshit. I don't. I never did. I've always been a disciplinarian. I've always been an alpha guy. I've always been a stand-up guy. That's exactly who my parents raised. My dog is laying over there. My dog is an alpha. She ain't taking no shit because I trained her that way. My nieces and nephews who have been around most of their young life can tell you the same thing. They ain't taking no shit. They do their research. They ain't having it. They are alphas. The least out of my family are alpha people, period. That's just how my father raised me. That's how my grandfather raised him. That's just who we are. I don't settle for bullshit. That's why I grind as hard as I do. That's why I don't quit. I never quit on anything. Now I'm on the point where I'm getting ready to build a freaking city over in Egypt, the world's largest city that's going to connect 3 countries. You think that's by luck? That's by grit. That's by grit, and that's also by me not following what the masses are doing or following what the masses believe. If you take the M off masses, what do you have? Ass. I don't follow the ass. I follow the opportunity. I follow my purpose in life. I follow what God has given me. They're two of the greatest days of our lives, folks. The day we were born and the day we find out why. And I've discovered why I'm here. And I'm going after that. I'm going after my purpose. We all are here for a purpose. We weren't just born to just fucking pay bills and die. We weren't born to just live in a country where the government dictate how you're supposed to think. The hell is wrong with you? Pick yourself up. Have some dignity, some honor about yourself and your ancestors, your family. There are people who have died so that you can have an opportunity to be great. But you want to be a freaking slave. You want to be a freaking boot licking, butt licking, tobacco chewing, Sambo, Aunt Mama ass Negro. That's what you want to be. There are people with thousands and thousands and millions of our ancestors have died so we can have a day like this to rise up. And you punking out. Talking about, I don't vote for Biden because he might be evil, but he's lesser of the two. It ain't no lesser of the two. If you want real challenge, if you want to really break up something, you really want to rise up, then let's create our own parliament. Let's create the United States Parliament. Let's create Black Wall Street. Let's uplift our black banks. There's a black woman in Detroit right now. She's the only black woman in this country that owns her own bank. I put that article out there about a few days ago. I only got one person liking it, and a white person liked it. None of you Negroes liked it. None of you Negroes shared it. See, this is the type of shit I'm talking about. You're falling behind Biden or Trump, but you can't follow a black woman who owns a bank in Detroit and try to help her raise up and try to expand her bank. We don't win. This is why we don't win. We don't win because we drilling holes in the boat. Our brothers and sisters are trying to row. This is why we don't win. Falsely accuse each other of some bullshit because you have a personal problem with somebody. You want to try to slander them. You try to jump somebody because they're telling you the truth. They're telling you something against your belief. And you in the cognitive dissonance, you want to challenge them. I bet you $1 million right now. If Joe Biden said everything that I saying to you right now, y'all wouldn't challenge. Y'all wouldn't challenge. Y'all wouldn't challenge. If Biden said the exact same science I'm telling you right now. You see, people come to me, you talk about, oh, we got all these Facebook doctors and Facebook scientists. Well, you guess what? What is the hell you think Bill Gates is? What the hell you think Bill Gates is? He's not he couldn't keep a virus out of Microsoft, but he claimed he could keep a virus out of you. But you ready to go get his fucking vaccines. But you want to talk about, watch what you say. Watch what you say. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Talking about all these Facebook doctors. What the fuck do you think Bill Gates is? You be the quick one in your line, ready to roll up the seat to get his vaccine. He's the money behind it. This man has sterilized 500,000 women in Africa. Every time they talk about testing vaccines, they want to run over to Africa. Africa don't even have as much as near coronavirus cases as the United States does. But they want to run over there to do testing. You just heard his wife, his own video too.
And see, that's the problem with you Uncle Tom Negroes. You don't want to come to a post that's giving you a factual video because you want to stay away from it because of cognitive dissonance. See, all of y'all that challenged me, all of y'all that came at me, it came for me. How many of y'all actually went on and saw and heard Melinda Gates say that African Americans and Native Americans should be the first to get tested for the vaccine? How many of y'all can really say that y'all saw that? None of y'all. You know why? You know why? Because you're scared. You're scared. You act like punks. We looking for soldiers, not clowns, damn it. You're scared. You ain't in the trenches. You ain't got no grit about you. That's why your net worth ain't but $200. Because you ain't got no grind about yourself. You got no backbone. You got no balls. That's our problem.